Come to find out, when the ladder, the angels going up and down trees like that. Read your Bible.
Read your word.
PC levels. Oh, thank you. And it's just we're doing is a test. Test 1 2. My head keeps. It's a test. Test 1 2. Oh, test 1 2. Mic check. And we're mic check 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Relax, Relate, Breathe. I'm your older sister, Nikki.
And I'm the younger sister, Jackie. Hello.
And this is our YouTube channel. We are real life sisters that get together and chit chat and do what we do. Kiki, you know. If you've been watching us, if you know, you know. But if it's your first time, listen, do me a favor, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Or if you have been watching and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. We need subscribers. We are trying to get subscribers. We need people to know us. It's good that you know us, but we want somebody else to know us. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. While you are there, click the bell for the notifications, so every time we drop a video, which we try to do at least once a week, if we don't, we do let you know in advance. But if you want to receive those notifications, go ahead and click that bell for us. And then you can always share our video and let somebody know we're out here having a good time. And we just hope that you are enjoying us as well. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into this episode. What we like to do is a thing called Minute to Get in It.
Oh, you did what I did last week. Forgot to pray.
Devil, you a liar. Go ahead and bow your head. Almost had me not praying.
I did it last week.
God, we thank you for this day. We thank you that you allowed us to be in the land of the living one more time. God, we just ask that you allow us to have fun on this episode, asking that you touch even the viewers, God, whatever they may be going through. We hope that we can help to be instrumental in helping lifting their spirits, to bring joy, bring laughter, and even if they have joy and laughter, just to have more and more fun. We thank you for this opportunity once again. We give your name praise, glory, and honor in Jesus' name. Amen. Come on, somebody.
Amen.
Clap it up for the Lord on today. Almost like, see how quick? Oh, slew foot. Let me drink something.
Me too.
All right. With that being said, what I was talking about earlier before I was reminded about prayer is that we do a segment called Minute to Get in It. And I know your throat is itching, so go ahead and sing it, Jackie.
I'll sing, but there's a couple things I'm not gonna be tolerating, and I'll get into that later. We got a minute to get in it.
Hey.
You got a minute to get in it.
What you say?
A minute to get in it.
Mm-hmm.
You got a minute to get in it. 1 minute to get in it. 1 minute.
All right. This is our segment. Good job. This is our segment where we talk about, we have 1 minute to get into anything that we want to talk about, whether it be good, be bad, doesn't matter. We just take 1 minute to get it off our chest, to express ourselves, right? And so with that being said, Jackie, you are going to be first.
Okay, yes. Let me know when I'm ready.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
In a second.
I could just sing a little something while I'm waiting.
Okay, I'm ready.
In it. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want to get into my minute to get in it. I'm asking law enforcement to do something about the drivers on the road. It doesn't matter where I'm at, what state I'm located. I just feel like nobody can drive. Let me just explain a couple of things to y'all about road etiquette.
Right.
Number one, if you're in the far left lane, but you're feeling like cruising, move it over.
Thank you.
Over.
Thank you.
Get out of the lane. Okay? I shouldn't have to keep coming up on your tail, riding you so that you flashing lights telling you move. You need to get over. When you are on a highway, okay? A highway is constantly moving. You have people in and out. They're trying to get, to their exit. Don't come up alongside me and just think you're going to drive side by side me. What are you doing? Don't come up just to come to my speed so we can drive like this. We're not to move. Either are you passing me or what are you doing? But move out of my way. Because now I can't get to my exit.
Go ahead.
And just last, if we're on a curve, okay, we are literally coming down like this. Our cars are like this. It's not even straight. We're coming down the curb. That's not the time for you to get over. Why are you trying to get over on a 180-degree angle? Like, stop. Y'all gotta start thinking in these cars. You have to start thinking because the lack of just complete unawareness in life of what people is disturbing me. Is it in the food? What are you thinking? And if there's nobody in front of you, why did you have to get over right now? There was nobody even in front of you.
Exactly. Oh,
nobody. And you just got over. Just something to do? Was it just something to do? Okay, I'm done. But y'all gotta drive better.
When that happens, I'm telling you, BB comes out. Boiled blood. So why do y'all have to do? That's why, contrary to belief, I don't like driving. I really don't. I drive because I have to, not because I like it. I haven't liked it since I got my license. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Because other people?
It's because of other people. Nobody knows how to drive. It just annoys me to no end. Yeah, but
aggravating.
It's aggravating. And then also the people in the car with you, I send out a text message to the family. Know your position in the car, okay? If you're in the passenger seat up front, you are not the assistant driver. You're not. There are no brakes on your side. You cannot stop the car. Only the person that's driving is in control. Your job is to make sure the directions are straight and the music is good. Hello.
You have a little problem in people's cars.
I don't say nothing to you. What do I say to you?
No, but you be like especially daddy.
It's a personal thing with him. Because he gets in my car and does the same. If you just get in the car and be quiet, we good. But you want to, why ain't gonna do? Oh my God, you just want to nitpick? And you know I'm not the person you can nitpick on driving. Leave me alone.
My dad's not really allowed in my. It's very, very few times my dad rides with me. It's very few. I'm very conscious of it. No. I'm about to fight you in this car. My mom can be in my car better, but I do have to let her know sometimes.
Sometimes she could be extra.
And she got all these different ways she feel like you could go. She got all these parking spots she done seen. She be gasping for a parking spot. Don't gasp for it. Like, so
she's dramatic.
Like, she can get in my car long before daddy. Daddy? Mm-mm.
I just say, put your head down, Mom. Get on your phone like you normally do. Don't worry about me, what I'm doing. We gonna make it safe. And my thing is, my grandma loved my driving. Loved it.
Did you say that, or?
Well, she loved getting in the car with me. She didn't mind driving. She didn't like getting in the car with everybody. But if I was driving, she was fine. So that's how I know. All y'all getting, Nikki, stop it. If Mother Lester could ride with me, so can y'all.
We've all driven grandmama around, Nikki.
Nah, not everybody. And some of y'all she talked about, but I ain't gonna say who all. I ain't gonna get into all that. I'm just saying. She not here now. She rejoicing in heaven, and I'm giving God glory for that. But that's a memory that sticks out in my mind when I think about driving.
Honestly, grandma was probably just being nice because.
And granddaddy.
Again, granddaddy was in everybody. Granddaddy was in the car with Nada. Like, come on, like. And Nada be under her seat driving. So.
That's neither here nor there. It's my turn for my minute to get in it. I do feel as though I might go over a little bit, but I just have a PSA.
All right, so this is for your minute to get in it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to take your minute to get in it, Nicole, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got to start helping our aunts and our uncles that are older and of age. I'm not going to say what aunt it was, but if it was there, you know. My aunt proceeded to tell us that we were talking about Google, and she was like, "Oh, you can use Media Owl." And I was like, "Is that an app? Like, who is Media Owl?" So she over there on Google, it's about Media Owl. Y'all, she turned the phone around to me, and I said, "That says Meta AI." I said, "Don't tell nobody. You've got, this is just a PSA. Help your aunts and your uncles. Talk to them often. They are in things that they have no business. They have no idea that they're in. They don't know how it crept in. She kept saying, it keeps coming up. I don't even want to use media.
Ask Meteor Owl and this mass.
Baby, when she showed me that, and I said, I wish somebody took a picture of my face, because I said, Meta AI. But I'm glad we were there to help her. And although I don't even think she watches the show, so I don't care. But I didn't say any names. But I'm just telling you, y'all probably got some aunts and uncles out here that's doing the most at their age with this new phone, these phones and stuff. Don't know what they're doing. Don't know what they're doing. So that's
I
my.
thought she was talking about a meteorologist. Like I was.
Yeah, she was like, "Is what meteorologist?"
Meteor Owl. I was like, isn't that a meteorologist?
I was like, Al Roker? Like,
Yeah, like
I
something.
was like, no.
Meteor
And
Owl.
Hurricane Schwartz, I don't know if he's still doing the
Oh, Glenn
watching.
Hurricane
Yeah.
Schwartz.
So, but either way, I was like, man, I don't know. Or Dan Rather.
Yeah.
What you know about Dan?
Say
But
what you know about love.
I just had to put it out there. Love you.
That was funny. That was
Yeah.
when that happened. We were cracking up.
Just couldn't believe that she
And
was so
our other little cousin came in. We was explaining to her what happened. She was like, "I know she's not talking about Meta." And we were like, "No."
Like how we know. And I wasn't even getting it because it sounded like she was saying meteor.
Meteor. That's why I was like,
I
"That's
was
not a
like, what are you? It's not, why
meteor."
are you saying meteor? She like, it's meta. It's not.
She wasn't saying Meta though. She was saying Meteor.
No, I'm saying that's how the correct pronunciation. So if even if she would have said meta owl,
or was she saying? Oh, I don't know. She was. She was
it
literally.
sounded like she was saying meteor.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
literally saying Meteor Owl.
That's a new app. I don't have that. Only for her to show me meta. Because when you Google that Meta AI stuff come up first, so it's like they got it incorporated in everything. But either way, like I said, love you, Auntie. Glad I got to spend time with you, help you out. But
and our other aunt was there, who also bust out laughing.
Yeah.
She was like, "No, you didn't."
Again, if you know, you know. So therefore, we are finished with our minute. Not therefore. We are finished with our minute to get in it. We're going to move on to our next segment. So, we're talking about Father's Day just passed. Shout out, like you said, I don't know if we said Happy Father's Day, but Happy Father's Day to all the fathers if we didn't. So I hope everybody had a great Father's Day. One person in particular didn't get an acknowledgement from his baby mother, previous partner, and some folks had something to say about that, and that was Kourtney Kardashian Barker, who's married to Travis Barker now, who acknowledged Travis, but however has 3 children with Scott Disick. She did not acknowledge Scott on Father's Day online, and some people got into her comments and thought it was rather disrespectful or distasteful that she did not acknowledge, or felt like she should have at least acknowledged Scott. So we just wanted to bring something here and talk about it real quick in regards to that. Do you think that she owed Scott a shout out for Father's Day?
No.
Okay.
And the reason why I don't think that she owed him is because I think people need to understand that Scott is her ex. And the reason why you guys are still so invested in Scott is because her family is still invested with Scott. And some of y'all have exes, even ex-baby daddies, that you really just don't want to deal with. You don't really want to have much. Even if you have kids with them, you just keep it about the kids. Like, those are your kids. I'm going to make sure the kids are with you on Father's Day, that they have something for you, maybe, anything. But I think people are looking for Kourtney to be, I think she's friendly with Scott, but they're looking for her to be friends with Scott. And I think that that's unfair. I think overall, take it outside of Kourtney, I think overall, if you know your relationship with your ex, and a lot of times, especially for women, our relationship with our ex is based on just how we feel about them. If we just really don't have any type of nothing toward you, we're not going to feel the need to say anything to you. We're not, Courtney has her own life. Just because her family keeps her ex around or her ex shows up at family functions and things like that, she doesn't have to engage in that. And I think that trying to force her to do that based on her, you weren't in a relationship with him for however many years. So trying to force her to do that based off of a portion of reality that you got to see is wrong. If she wished him happy Father's Day, okay. If she chose not to do it publicly, maybe she sent him a text message, okay. But for everybody to jump into her comment section telling her that she could have at least made a post about him, I don't have to make a post about nothing except what I want to make a post about on my social media. And I'm not making a post to my baby father. Some of you may. Good for you. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I just think it depends on a relationship. So I've seen people who are great co-parents and they co-parent with their baby mother, baby father, and don't have a problem acknowledging that person on that day because honestly, if it hadn't been for that person, you wouldn't be a mother, you wouldn't be a father. In this instance, yes, Scott has been around and hasn't gone anywhere, even though they have, you know, more so her than him, decided not to be in a relationship together, even though they have 3 kids. See, my problem with Courtney is that she did Scott wrong. I know Scott did some stuff, but she did Scott wrong. But I don't really watch them like that anyway because of how she did Scott. No, I'm playing. I do agree that people have the right to post whomever they want to post and acknowledge whoever they want to acknowledge. That's not to say that she didn't acknowledge him on Father's Day, as you stated. It just wasn't something she did publicly. And to be honest with you, how long has Father's Day come before she got with Travis? Did she really acknowledge Scott while she wasn't with him? So I mean, it's not nothing new. We know that she really doesn't like to be around um family because she's so involved, and I just think she's just caught up in this little life with Travis, which is fine for her. She's choosing what her peace. That's her peace. Is being wrapped up in Travis's skin, whatever. But I feel like she could have gave Scott a little shout out. I wasn't under the comments, trust me, because I don't really care that much whether you shout out somebody or not. But she could have gave Scott a shout out because I always be feeling bad for Scott because if you don't follow the show or don't follow the Kardashians, which a lot of people don't, he lost both of his parents kind of around the same time, and he was the only child, so it's like he doesn't have much family than Courtney's, he has known and has been with for a long time. So it's kind of this hard. I mean, he should have been able to. He should be able to move on, kind of, with someone else and kind of like develop a family with them. But they still have a piece of a family. They're always going to be family, essentially, or they're always going to have some sort of connection because of their children. And so, it is up to her how she wants to handle it. And she did just that. She handled it accordingly to what she wanted to do.
And Scott is not as active on social media, but he also didn't go on his page and wish Courtney a happy Mother's Day.
Well, he knew she wasn't going to wish him a happy Father's
Day. And granted, he's not remarried. He doesn't have
right
a new wife or something like that because maybe he would have. But the relationship is, and because like watching Scott, watch him lose his parents, he's the only child. I think that family and what they portray, I think they do a great job, especially Chloe, with keeping the relationship with him. And I think that that's good. But I don't know how. I mean, and I think that Courtney, she doesn't get on her family about that. Like,
right.
You guys have Scott at dinners, include him and all of that. But I think that sometimes that's not ideal. Like, imagine, like, you got to come to a family function and it'd be like, oh, God. Like, every time you just got to see something that you're, like, that's not, you don't always be in the mood for that. I think she does a good job of just still, showing compassion towards him and being okay with her family having the relationship that they do have, and for him to still even be a part of the show because he's still very much on the show as well.
Right. But I
But
mean,
people, if you are co-parenting well, like Will Smith will wish a happy Mother's Day to Jada and to his first wife, who is the mother of his oldest son. But they also have a clearly have, and they've talked about it, evolved to an excellent relationship with all of them.
right.
Jada's cool with Cherie, and they just have this, like, I think the dynamic is different, and that shows you can look at a dynamic and see how it's going to, show up in
Uh-huh.
social media posts and things like that. Her dynamic with Scott is not like they BFFs.
Exactly.
You
And that's not the expectation. So it's easier as a single person to leave a situation because you can leave and you're not going to be around someone's family or but when you have children, sometimes it's a little bit harder to kind of disconnect from that family because of the children. So there's always going to be some sort of function, and when it involves the children, that they'll be around. But that is the expectation, right? It is always around the children and not necessarily the family. um and so, yep, I totally agree with everything that was said.
So
Scott,
even though Brittany wasn't able to wish you Happy Father's Day, Scott, here at Relax Relate to Brief, we would like to say Happy Father's Day, Scott.
happy Father's Day, Scott. God bless you. God bless you.
To all of the fathers out there, Happy Father's Day to y'all. In case your baby mom didn't get it,
In case you didn't say I ain't saying that to you. I mean,
Father's
so
Day.
all right, so we are going to move on. I'm going to play this clip that I saw of this young lady who was on Dr. Phil's show. I didn't even know Dr. Phil's came on. Dr. Phil still comes on. Excuse me. As far as a daytime show, so I don't know if this was recent or not. However, it's a young lady who is talking about her expectations at work and what she's expected to do versus what people are looking at her to do, kind of a sense. And she gets some response for some other ladies. So I'm going to play it so you can hear what's said, and then we are going to reply to it accordingly. So this is about corporate America, which we are in today, y'all, and how we are being perceived.
You say you have no problem telling your employer no if they ask you to do something outside your job description. Does that happen a lot?
Absolutely. Every day I go to work and I'm expected to be cross-trained without any bump in pay. I'm expected to cover for people who, quite frankly, they decide when and if they want to come to work. And it's just part of my job to do their work just because I'm there, and it's a team effort. And so, no, I'm not going to overextend myself and bend over backwards for companies who don't take all the little nuances of being an employee of theirs into consideration.
What do you do?
So I'm a patient care coordinator. I just make sure that the waiting room is taken care of and that people are seated and get to see their doctor on a timely manner.
So what's the last thing your boss asked you to do that you said, no, not going to do that?
Verifying insurance. I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Because I don't want to.
And you don't think that while you're there, getting paid to be there, that you're subject to doing whatever needs to be done while you're there? You're a specialist.
I'm a specialist, yes. That's a very good way to put it, because while I'm there, I'm only there to do what I'm being paid to do.
That's a terrible approach to work, because there's an opportunity cost of doing the bare minimum. People notice excellent work, and with that then comes opportunity for growth and career advancement. And so people in your generation look at it as, they're not paying me and they're not going to take my time and steal my time. But it's really an investment in your future to go above and beyond, because the people higher up, depending upon where you want to go in life, will notice that kind of work. So I disagree completely with that approach.
Is above and beyond on my contract?
That's the mentality shift that I'm suggesting that you make if you want to go beyond where you're at today.
What do you guys think about this?
I mean, I'm a serial going above and beyond person, because it's where it's gotten me in my life and in my career. And did I always get paid for it? No. But what I value more is my integrity as who I am as a person. And I think the disconnect is that you're representing the woman of today and the woman of the future. And that is important, because younger girls that are trying to decide what it is that they want to do with their lives and their careers are now seeing, hey, you know what? You're going to get kudos for doing the bare minimum. It's the total wrong way to work at life as well as a career.
Okay, you say you have no...
So, what are your thoughts? uh, about the conversation in regards to doing her job, which she stated she did, versus them saying she's doing the bare minimum?
There is definitely a difference in mentality from the older generation to the newer generation in a lot of ways. And the one thing about this younger generation is they have learned how to work smarter and not harder. And they also have the influences of people that are of how you make money now in 2024 versus how you were doing it in 2014, um just 10 years ago. So a lot of people are younger and are literally Kai sent, making money gaming. It's interesting, streaming on Twitch.
Right.
um which it seems like, that's going to be the new big thing, but they're making all this money, so they have a different mentality and going about it. I will say that you need to have a work ethic, meaning
Right.
you show up, if it's time for you to work, it's time for you to be at work. The work that is given to you, you need to be performing and completing that work. So you must have a work ethic. I also think that going above and beyond in companies does not always pay off. It has not always paid off. So the older people on the platform that were telling her that's the wrong way to think about it, you have to give her, to me, you need to be giving her examples where going above and beyond paid off for her and didn't pay the CEO more money so that he could get his vote. So you want to show examples of how it pays off for you. There's great companies to work for. Once you realize, I also think that Mark Cuban was on Heart to Heart with Kevin Hart's sit down that he does on Peacock. Great to me. Great companies understand that if you want your employees to work for you, like work harder, then give them something to work for. Good leadership, that starts with good leadership in place. And he talked about working for him. The first thing he does is he gives his employees stock in the company. And I'm not saying that every single company has to do this, but I'm saying that he wants his workers to know, like, hey, you're here because you're good. I value you. This, that, and the other. And also, you're a part of this company. So much so, like, here's some, something in it for you. To the point where it feels good to know that you're working for a good company. The reason why that mentality has started to fall off is because for a long time it did not pay off. And I'm a worker. I'm a worker. I'm gonna work. Once I know how to do my job, can't nobody beat me doing it. I'm quick. I really have a strong work ethic. But when I was younger, I had the mentality of, going above and beyond and doing, more, before I realized that there are some people in leadership that don't know how to handle leadership. There's some people in leadership that have favoritism. They already have the people in place that they want to move up. It doesn't matter how hard you're working, they'll push people by you. So you need to first identify the company you're working for before you take on all of what those older women are trying to say, because it does not always pay off. But put me in a good company and I'm gonna work for you. I'm gonna work. But I think that young lady, and I know that there are some young people who just have crazy mentalities where you give them a job, they're calling out every other day. They don't have the ethic. To me, that's a completely separate conversation.
Right.
You need to understand that nothing is going to be handed to you, and you need to get it together and get your butt up and work. So to me, that's a separate conversation. But once you get in a company that's not really showing you that they value you as much as you value that company, then yes, I will work accordingly.
Right. The one thing I will say about this is that I felt like they didn't listen to what she said. She didn't say she did the bare minimum. She said, I do my job. I do what I come in, what I'm responsible for, what's in my contract, what I've been told to do. There is no harm in doing that. And working and have been in corporate and always working for someone else. And as you stated, it's not every time you go above and beyond are you rewarded for that. Are you looked at as like, oh yes, you can do that. You have to prove yourself to people. Same thing with me. of going into jobs, because I have the same I just have this crazy thing where I pick up things very quickly. And so I do things, additional things, not because I'm trying to be an overachiever. It's because I'm trying to keep myself busy for me. And so, and there was a time, not at my current employer, but at previous employers where I was not doing above and beyond. I'm not going to keep coming in here doing everybody's work. As she mentioned, people not coming in to work, people not showing up. So as someone that's showing up, as someone who is here being present, when do I get acknowledged for what I'm doing? And a lot of times, a lot of employers send out surveys to the employees because they're trying to get employee engagement to know where the employees are at. And the interesting thing that brought my attention to this video was the title was like, is she lazy? How is that lazy? No, lazy is you come to work and don't do nothing. Lazy is you don't show up. Lazy is I'm not, because y'all start trying to say she's doing the bare minimum. She's doing her job. Now, if she was not doing her job, that would be different. Having worked in healthcare and doing things similar to what she was speaking about, I can understand it is a lot. There's a lot of things that you're learning, that you're taking in, that you're trying to figure out. I remember when I first started off in healthcare, I was horrible. Okay. I was always in the office because they was like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. It's 10,000 insurances out here, but for me, having coaching, having someone talk to me, having someone help me through it, it made me advance further and made me get interested in the thing that I actually was doing. Maybe, perhaps we have to start having realistic conversations with people and say, is this really where you want to be at? Because, have you reached your maximum? The thing that I like about my current job is that they do that. They acknowledge when you do a good, you've done something good. They acknowledge when you go above and beyond, knowing that you don't really have to go above and beyond. They appreciate their employees. So I think the thing to take away from here is when, like you said, when you have an employer that appreciates you, you're like, oh yeah, I don't mind doing extra. I don't mind doing extra stuff. I don't mind taking this on. I don't mind being present, for whatever. I don't mind being as though I am just the specialist, but I can do the insurance verification. Because somebody might say, well, verifying insurances don't take that much. It don't. But if it's not my job, I don't have to do it. I'm here to do my job. And I'm just speaking from experience and having worked in corporate America for now over 20 years. I understand and get why our next generation that's coming behind us is saying, I'm not working. Because granted, I'm not working as hard as my parents worked either. I'm not, I'm not working as hard as them because we are working, as you say, we're working smarter, not harder. Because I just don't, now we're being faced with having to work till we're 70 and beyond. Like, our parents can't even retire now, or those that of retirement age still find themselves working still to maintain. And it's like, we trying to have a work-life balance, and we are making sure we have that work-life balance. So I disagree with I understand where the women were coming from, because like you said, that was their time, and that's how they thought or whatever. But I think we have to, also acknowledge that the young lady didn't say she wasn't doing anything. She said, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And to look at it as that's the bare minimum is like, oh, okay, that's how y'all feel about somebody that's actually doing their job, is I'm doing the bare minimum. Where is that taught, that doing your job is the bare minimum? I just, I disagree with that. I do, to the point though, because I have gained experience, like I said, by doing things that don't necessarily give me a bump in pay, but it gives me experience. I think that's the key point that I would focus in when talking with her. Like, it's okay that you do your job, but if you want to advance yourself, sometimes you have to stretch yourself so you can show people I can do it. Before I became a lead at one point in time, I had to become a lead without we're not paying you. Here y'all go. But I knew I had the capability to do it. So I went from a lead to a supervisor at that point, because you knew I had the capability as a lead. So sometimes, you do have to take those leaps of faith where you're saying, okay, I might take this for now with the expectation that I'm not going to stay here. Most of the time people get the experience and they go on to somewhere that's actually going to pay them for that.
Yeah, also, once you have a person that has the experience and also shows up and they have the work, just pay them. And another thing is that if she starts doing all of these things outside of her job, then yes, other people that work with her will start to take advantage. And so
Mhm.
then you find yourself with more and more piled on you, and then there's no compensation for it, just other than, you just being like, well, I've done this, this, and this. No, pay me for my experience. Pay me for, I've gone through college. I've put in the work to be able to show up as an excellent employee for you. And so yes, I would like to be paid for that. And there is knowledge in understanding other aspects of your company and all of that. There's something about having that knowledge because it adds to the experience. But my job, I'm willing to give you what I've got, to give you more, but I just feel like just pay me for it. And I have a specific example. I used to work in mortgage processing and I was a regular processor. So because I was showing up, I was doing my job, I grasped the job, I made sure that I was performing well. So I was doing that, no problem. We were supposed to have a pipeline of loans between, I think it was between like 40 and 50 loans. When the industry was high, we would have sometimes over 80 loans. So you already have a higher workload on me. And then sometimes because we worked for an ultra high net worth client, we would get special clients that come in and they would come to only certain ones of us and give us these ultra special, files and tell us we need you to overperform with this one, whether it had been, a celebrity, just someone that they were trying to impress, anything. So we need you to do this. So now, in addition to me already having a workload that's far past what I'm supposed to have, you're now telling me, oh, I need you to do this and I need you to do it well. But the key to that was they weren't doing that to everybody. When you do your job well and you're showing up better than other people, they will put more on you. And that's what they were doing to us. And we had to step back and be like, that's not fair. Like, y'all are double taxing us. And when specifically, one of my colleagues stood up and said, bro, no, we're not doing this. Is not fair. They then created a team and bumped our pay. Okay, they created a specific team and they then called us premier processors and bumped our pay because we were showing up, we were doing the above and beyond, we were doing all of this, but we did not allow you to just pile it on our plate. We
Right.
were like, no, if we're doing all of this extra, you need to be fair to us. If we're performing better than the other 20, almost 40 something processors you have on the floor, we should, and so you're putting more on our plate because we're good, you should be paying us for that. And so we all received $10,000 bumps in our pay, and we were considered premier processors. And guess what? We had no problem performing, continuing to perform even higher. So doing the right thing as an employer and as an employee, do the right thing. That's what pays off. Just trying to impress the boss's boss, and then by the end, they don't even know your name. You got some people that run companies that don't even come out of their office and speak to their employee. Like, all of that plays a factor.
Yeah. All of it does. It's like,
And that's what I think the women on the stage that were trying to tell her your mentality stinks. I think that you need to realize there are a lot of additional factors into how she got to that mentality.
right. Right. Absolutely. Like the one lady said, I'm always above and beyond person, and I didn't always get shout out to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because but sometimes that's just in your makeup and your buildup. Like, you are something, like I said, you were just somebody that likes to go to work and wants to do way
Yeah.
more than what's being asked of you. And you're okay with not being acknowledged for that extra work. I think that, we have come a long way with employers starting to see and really listen and hear employees when they're saying, I don't feel appreciated. I feel undervalued. I feel like I'm giving my all and I don't get anything for it. I feel like you're paying me the bare minimum, but you all are making, bukus of money off of us. And, why we're making help making the company successful so that, everybody that's above us can still have their salaries and still do what they need to do. Do I believe in hard work? Absolutely. I do believe in working hard. I do believe, like I said earlier, in showing, improving yourself that yes, I can do this and I can do more. And like I said, I didn't always do it because I was trying to be seen. I didn't. I remember I worked in first of all, y'all, I had 50,000 jobs because I didn't know I was a millennial until I realized I was a millennial because I didn't stay at a particular job for so long, right? I always was on to the next one. Like, who gonna pay me what I'm worth? You know, if I'm gonna spend time going to school, spend time doing this, y'all gonna pay me what you owe me. So I remember I had this job at this company for eyeglasses. It's called US Vision, and the supervisor there had taken, like, I was like overnight. You know, I was going to college at the time, so I was like working the night shift, and you know, they hired me to be a tracer. I had never even heard of this job. I never heard of this, but they hired me. I went and did it, and basically what I did was trace glasses that came into the factory that were for their lenses. So she saw, like, at first they didn't really have a lot of work for that, you know, and I was considered full time, or I think I was part time. So she brought me in and she was just like, okay. So she was like, well, let me try you out on something else to see if you were. I picked it up like that. Next thing you know, she had me all around that little company doing everything, darn near everything except for downstairs doing the lenses. Cause I was like, I'm not doing that. I didn't go to school for that, whatever. And I remember I left there, and it wasn't because of that. It was just, I think it was, I don't know why. Sometimes I don't know why I was leaving, but I went there, you know, with the intent to do the job that I was being paid for. And not once did they offer to pay me more. The only thing that they did was make me full time instead of part time, which still, you know, but they didn't offer me any more of an incentive than what I was when I first got there to do that little simple job of tracing. But you know, just being the person that I am, and how quickly I'm able to grasp things, it's like when you see, because if you're a good manager or you're a good supervisor, when you see that employee that catches on and knows what they're doing, you're going to utilize them more. Mm-hmm. You're going to try to show them more. And the thing about me is, I always, like, when I was in management or even any type of leadership position, I always trained everybody on what I knew, what I learned, because I didn't want to be the only one for two reasons. I didn't want to be the only one that knew that information, but also I wasn't going to be around long. Let me prepare y'all. Let me put y'all.
We are polar opposites, y'all, to our listening audience. I had a lot of jobs. Mm-hmm. I stay to a job, and I'm loyal. I'm loyal. I've been blessed to have good jobs, good managers. But I also, when it's time for me to leave, I have no issues. But I know when it's time to go. But Nikki she done seen a place or two.
A place or two. My resume used to be 10 pages long. I was like, I gotta stop this.
You're like, oh, baby, I work there. Oh, I work there. She one of those people. You ever know those people you talk to, and you try to say something, they already know. Oh, I was there. Oh, I did that. Oh, I did. And you like, okay.
Oh, I used to work there. Oh, yeah, because I used to work there. I seen the dude Darius do. What's his name? Darius, the black dude that always be doing the little.
Oh, the Marcus.
The Marcus. He was like that one employee that was like, oh yeah, because I used to work here. Like, y'all, oh, Susie's still here. Oh, because I used to work here. I was like, yeah. I don't do that. I don't walk in there.
No, you don't do that, but you have the ability everywhere you go to be like,
shut up. I'm back there. I remember I called the job, the one job I worked at one time, and the girl knows I said, who's the manager now? I said, oh, okay, because I know what I'm talking about, and it doesn't seem like you do. Like, where's your manager? But no. But
maybe she gonna leave a job. I'll be like, what?
Not now. I love my job. Shout out to my job. Yeah. Shout out to my employer.
Yeah, I love her job, but she younger, just trying to find a way.
Baby, I gotta find my way.
Always had the next interview lined up.
Hello.
You just got this job, and I got an interview next week.
Come on, because God was blessing, opening doors. Oh my God. Open door season, open door season, job.
Because you're putting in the applications before you can even start one job. You don't put the application for another one.
But baby, when I got there last time and he didn't open no door before I left, I said, "Oh, I guess I should stop."
Just in case I feel in my spirit, y'all start getting on my nerves. Let me put this application in too. And they like, it's orientation. You're like,
I'm not sure if I'm feeling the orientation.
Yeah, I know, this is you. It's something I'm feeling.
It's something not right in this atmosphere. So I'm on to the next one.
Oh my gosh.
No, I've worked. I've just done a lot of jobs. I've worked 2 jobs at times. So
Me
That's
too.
another reason. And I can only do that for so long. My last second job I had, y'all, that was the longest time I held down a second job because I wasn't. I'm like, I know I'm my daddy's child and I'm his twin and stuff like that, but I just can't keep twinning him in some areas of life. So let me
Yeah,
stop.
our dad is a hard worker. He used
Absolutely
to have pretty much our entire life. He had 2 jobs, 2 to 3 jobs, pretty much our entire life.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But that we did get work ethic instilled in us through my dad.
Right. Yep.
So
His mentality caused us to be like, yeah, we gotta go to work. So I gotta do what I gotta do. But now as I get older, I have more wisdom.
well, you have a good job now too. So
I have a good job now and I just got wisdom. I don't need 2 jobs. The Lord is my help. So
my head.
well, hope you
My,
guys are enjoying your jobs out there. If not, like I said, it's never too late to look for something else. And don't think you're too old either.
let me sing my song to the people.
Nah, right now.
All of my help. I want to encourage somebody.
Oh, okay. Thanks. So, our favorite couple. I don't know if they're your favorite couple.
What? I'm like, what? I do not have a favorite couple.
Our favorite comeback couple, spin the block couple,
I like their story.
their story is, we all know. Nelly and Ashante, we mentioned them a couple of times. She recently did an interview with E! News. She did a maternity shoot and she did an interview and she talked about they asked her about the proposal and the proposal was very basic. She was in the bed and I don't know if he just, how he said it, but basically she got proposed to while she was chilling. She said it was nothing glamorous about it. It was not, anything, but she was so like overjoyed with it. Like I knew it was coming, but I wasn't expecting it. It was, she talked about it. Like she just was glad to have her fiance, is who she referred to, on it. And so I was like, so she was like, happy about her fiance, which I could say, girl, Nelly, we know Nelly. So,
Well, also, since then, they're saying,
I'm going to get to that.
just the fiance. Okay, go ahead.
So originally I come to Jackie with the question of, all right, so like what kind of proposal would you be up for? Like, are you for a low key proposal or for, something where there's a lot of people around, family around, like what's your ideal type of proposal? But before we get into that, it was some news that came up that allegedly not only did he propose, child, they got married back in December. So they are a couple, which I've been told Jackie that. I said they probably married. Everybody off. Oh, she out here having a baby out of it. She did this, that. She waited this long. He ain't going to marry. All to get your mouth off of them because they already filed their paperwork and they been married. Tell your neighbor they been married. Hello?
Get your mouth off them as wild.
I'm saying because there's a few people they just be blowing up in the comments, going on. I'm like, y'all just let these people just be happy and be in that's their life. Like, why do they care about what you think? That's why I understand celebrities, why y'all choose to be private. And because people really think that they have a right to be in your life and in your business. And I'm like, no. But this was a good one, y'all. That I knew because I'm a little bit prophetical, but I'm just saying they married. Do that. So back to my question. What's your ideal type of proposal? Like, could you get down with something where y'all just chilling in the house or you want something extravaganza? Like,
Let me tell you something. I'm still a very much over the top person. So you're always going to see me in some type of color. I love bling. That's one thing me and my best friend have in common. We're very
yes.
bright and like, hello, and all of that. And that is my personality, and I don't think that's going anywhere. However, my taste for certain things has changed since I've gotten older. So I am fine with, I am very big on experiences and moments. I just really like that. So I like new things, new experiences. Sometimes I'm doing stuff and people are like, oh, well, do you know about this? And I'm like, no, I've never done this. It's just something that I wanted to do. So now I'm doing it and we'll experience. It could be good. It could be like, oh, child, no, thank you. But I'm big on that. I know that everybody can't be like that. They're not really adaptable to that. So I am. So if my future husband wanted to do a low key proposal, as long as he knew how to really make it about me and for me. So if she's the type where she's just most comfortable with him, then it made sense that that's what he did. She's has the extravagant, right? So like doing something extravagant, I believe if she made that if she made that known that he would have set that up. I think that for some people who have a little bit more of a higher or a richer lifestyle, certain things they'd find that they don't need like we do. And so it just because I have that, I can tomorrow you could go, have that all set up and be ready. There's something about intimate and special, especially between you and someone that you love and that's going to be your life partner, and that you just really are just like, especially like when y'all are together and you're just all like, giggly and fantasy and like all of that. There's just something about that being just a really intimate moment. So no, I wouldn't mind an intimate. I would mind a ghetto proposal. Don't like. Let's just get married. People have that story, and I'm not judging your story because maybe that's. But I'm saying she had asked me for me. Don't do that. Don't put a little something into it.
Right.
That's all. You don't have to put no whole lot, but just put a little something into it that's tailored to me. Once you know me and you got to know me, there's a way to do it that, like, true story. If you had like a truck, like this is so. If you had like a pickup truck and you set up a picnic in the back, like on a cliff or something, and it was like right at sundown, sold. Here for that. And the only thing you had to do is just drive somewhere and pick up a couple things from the market. Like, it's not expensive, but that whole moment is lifetime. Like, bro, he put a picnic in the back. Like, and you like the effort into that. And it's just the two of us, and we just out there and I'm a talker anyway, so I hope I do just be having random conversations, because that's me. I know most men aren't, but whatever. I just but we just out there talking, but you make that sacrifice, like, let me just talk to her. We just out there talking, and then you just be like, then you hit me with, I've just been thinking about it. We need to, you're it for me. We need to do this.
I can see that. I can see that for you.
So yeah, that's how I am. Back in the day, though, it would have been like, oh my goodness, you have to call everybody, rent something out, like just extra. It would have been extra. See if you can get all the letters in the alphabet.
Right.
Like my whole name. Don't do my initials. Write out my whole name.
Oh God.
Any of balloons. Like, it just would have been a lot. Like maybe like a crystal theme. Like, what? No. Now, what about you? How do you want an extravagant engagement, or?
I have never wanted anything extravagant. I don't want you to propose me at church. Don't do that. Don't pull me up there in front of the church. Talk about will you marry me? I'm like, I just don't. As I'm thinking about just like after service. Like, no, bro, we not. And I've seen some nice proposals in church. I'm not,
everybody, let's go get something to eat after service.
No. I don't want that.
Praise God.
I don't, because I'm more personal and intimate. I've always wanted an intimate wedding. I don't want a whole bunch of people at my wedding. I've always said that, contrary to belief. My mom can't believe I say that every time. She's like, no, you're going to have a horse and carriage. Mom, I'm not doing that. Jackie will. You'll get one daughter to do that, but you don't know this one you're talking to, because I don't want that. I've always said, I want it to be really nice, but it's not going to be this big old some people. Yeah, so if we cannot, if you cannot ask me at church, I would appreciate
I'm sorry, I
it.
can't stop laughing about that. I'm sorry.
If you cannot ask me at church, I would really appreciate it. I'm probably not really a public person. I easily get like, oh, please don't call my name and talk to me. But I feel like, whatever he wants to do, it's in the moment. It is a moment. But whatever he wants to do outside of church, let me clarify that. So y'all better let him know. Nikki says she said don't propose at church. Yeah. I'll be saying like this. Now I know we talked about this.
Oh gosh. Oh god.
So I just personally feel like some things aren't really. I don't know. It's my own personal opinion. It's on my own personal belief. That's why I say that. Like I said, I don't disregard or take back people. I mean, or take away from people who have been proposed to in church.
Yeah.
My light went out. I didn't charge it.
Yeah. You so busy talking.
Okay, let me stop talking.
Take your light, and now this little light of mine you ain't shine.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and surrender to the Lord.
You just didn't charge the battery.
But either way, I'm still saying no church.
That's funny.
And I wasn't, even when I heard their story, I was like, I said, I thought it was cute. Like, I was like, that's, it's because I've heard other people's stories, like, where the guy he has something and doesn't go right, it doesn't go plan, and he just does it right then and there because he wants to do it while he has the courage to do it. I believe somebody I knew, like, they were supposed to go to, like, a beach or something like that, but it didn't pan out, and he was just in the kitchen and just turned around and was like, listen, I was going to do X, Y, and Z, and I think in that moment, it's also like a surprise, like. So I get it. Like, she probably was like, I know you lying. So I'm laying up here in my boxer shorts. All I ask is make sure my nails is done. You know my nail schedule. I get it done every couple of weeks. So let's make sure I don't need my nails done. But I think an intimate, I wouldn't mind family there. But if they're not, I don't mind that either. I will call y'all afterwards, though.
Right.
I will be letting know. I'm like, girl, it happened.
I'll probably already know it's gonna have happened, so because it's not gonna be. I'm gonna tell him like, "Hey, once you do it, don't get no bright idea."
What do you mean?
Like, I'm gonna just be like, "What have you been thinking?" I'm not trying to weigh in on what you have in your heart and what y'all have developed as your relationship. I ain't trying to do that. I'm just saying, what have you been thinking? Because I just need to make sure you don't try to do this after Sunday morning.
Hello.
No bad ideas. But after talking to you and knowing you, more than likely your man will already know that anyway.
He will. I'm like, so if we're thinking about marriage, no proposal at church, okay?
Okay.
Bless you.
Don't do it.
But yes, I thought it was cute. Again, congratulations to the married couple. Said that told y'all stay out their business. I just find it so curious. First of all, how does TMZ get the tea so fast?
So,
like, who was working at the public? So, who was working in public records? Say, they married.
Well, that's not hard to get. It's like certain cases. If it's not concealed documentation, it's not hard to go get. So they probably didn't have Nelly and Ashanti on their radar as far as that's concerned. And then somebody probably like you was like, I bet they married. Found it. But all you did was be like, I bet they married. And like a normal person, you just stop there. Oh, there's some people, like you said, so entitled. Let me see. They just go digging for it and they find it. But even if they did decide to just get married intimately as well, kudos, because it says something to be able to just have something that you can keep to yourself, especially when you're in the limelight, because people want to know every single thing. Mm-hmm. In her interview, they asked her, would she do a reality show with Nelly? And I know she said she's open to the conversation and that she knows that Nelly had a reality show years ago. I just don't think y'all should.
I don't want her to do it. I don't want them to do it. I want them to just continue living your lives like y'all been.
Yeah.
Keep your children out of the spotlight as he has been. Like, I mean, of course we know who his kids are, but you probably won't see a lot of their child together, which is fine by me because at this age, good old age now, they don't. What I do want Nelly to do is go home though. He always in somebody's club or something. I'm like, go sit down somewhere. But you know, he
Married to somebody who'll be right in the club with him though. The only reason why she's not is
this
because
is true. This is true. This is true.
you made this point. The best thing he could have done was got somebody that fully understood like
Absolutely.
what the industry is that we're a part of, and this is what we do. She got the same gigs.
She did.
Like
But
she performed in Vegas for that Lovers and Friends. Even though they canceled the festival, her and Ja Rule still had child. She was pregnant then. Talking about her and Ja Rule gonna be on about 1:30 a.m. Who?
yeah, exactly. That's what that lady was like.
Coming on 1:30 a.m. talking about some baby. Child.
You would have found
The
me
way
in the bed.
somebody would need to pan to me and see how hard I'm sorry. Ain't no way in the world. But you want that check. That's
Child, baby, sign me up.
that's the lifestyle that they're in.
So, but a side note into that, I don't know if you ever seen the Ricos.
Who?
This black couple called the Ricos. They have a reality show. They got like 14 kids together.
No.
Child, they got a divorce and he only paying $1,000 for child support. First of all, why did y'all let this season come out? Y'all were around here just promoting, knowing that y'all were filing, now knowing that y'all were going for a divorce.
What's the name of the show?
The Doricos.
On Zeus?
No, ain't got no Zeus. Anybody watching nothing on Zeus?
Hey, come on. 14 kids and then
TLC,
$1,000
not
child support.
TLC. I think TLC. Yeah, TLC.
TLC do got sister wives. The Doricos?
Yes,
It's a
yes.
really. I don't know why I was.
But I was just saying, I don't know, like we're black. You're black. So
Yeah.
no, but
Doricos.
I just said to say like because we were talking about the reality TV, like people stop getting on reality TV and letting it mess up your life. Like before you even get to that point, just cut it off. But which is why I agree they do not need to do no reality show. Maybe like if they want to do like a little wedding special, maybe or something like that. But nothing that needs to go on for seasons and all. That's too much. And I feel like they just enjoy. She's very private. She, you know, she was like, yeah, he had a reality show. I wasn't about to do that. So I feel like they know what they ain't coming out here doing a reality show.
Yeah, I really hope they don't. Doubling down with the Doricos is really a show. Never heard of this show.
I told you. It's on TLC, right?
Yeah, and to your point, because that's what happened to Johnny K+8 on TLC.
Correct. Y'all keep coming here with these 10,000 kids y'all having.
I don't know. It's something that just about like the reality show and then the demand from like the network producers. I'm not subjecting myself to that. No thanks.
Mm-hmm.
You can just wonder all you want to know, but right now they have control over what they want you to know, and I think keep it that way.
Exactly. Don't do no more than you have to.
But I have decided, like, yeah, like y'all are. I like their little comeback. In the very, 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 very beginning, and she even said it herself, so I don't feel bad. I was just like, I don't know, Shanti, you need to make him really show you that you.
It's Fat Joe, her DJ, Ja Rule, all y'all getting together. So she
After DJ slid her number, I would have been like,
I know you lying.
when
I'm sorry.
she was on her tour, and did you see the clip of her yelling at DJ Booth? She was like, Booth, you better. That's what I did to her DJ. City, I'm not playing with you.
I said, Lord. No. But on to our.
They knew. They was like,
We know.
It's not just, oh, Nelly, stop playing. Ashanti, at this point, we need you to stop playing.
Because Nelly came back with a vengeance though. When he came across, she was like, "We have verses to think." Yeah, we all know that because we all didn't. I didn't realize until that this man was plotting. That's right. He knew what he wanted. He knew who he wanted. He knew he should have never let her go. He had the opportunity, and she opened herself up too. Because he could have tried to go after. She could have been like, "Nobody wants you." Like she said, I didn't. She's like, "Do I have feelings for him?" Stop. You knew you got feelings. You knew you had feelings for him.
I told you, I probably said it on here. Nelly's personality is the type where you're like, you swear you don't have feelings, but you be like, oh, come on, but you still mad? Like, and you be like,
shut up. Okay, big head. You done had enough big heads, didn't you?
That's his personality is too, I don't know, it's too, like, you could just be wanting to be so mad, and then it's just like, hello? And then she answered the phone like she did.
All right. So, yep, congratulations to them. On to our last topic we're going to cover today. I seen a post by Justin LA Boy who put up, "Don't get lazy on you. You prayed for it. You got it. Now get to work." So, what's something that you prayed for and you got it, and you know you got to get to work on it?
My weight.
So you're saying you got the weight?
Nikki,
sorry,
I'm not doing this with you today. Let me just say my piece,
okay,
because you have to figure out wording to be less offensive. Okay, you've been asked to do that on several shows. You must start considering. No, I have always prayed about, like, God help me, like, there's a certain goal that I want to be at. And God has always helped me shift, my mind. Like, it's not coming out the sky. You have to put the work in. You pray. There's some things that you're required to put the work in for, and He will help you along. So I think I got lazy with it, with the working out, with the strict schedules, with the strict, I don't believe in like restricting yourself like from stuff and then you end up on binge and stuff like that. I don't believe in all of that. But I do believe that discipline and consistency pays off. And those are two really great attributes to have in a lot of areas of your life, but especially one being health. So I'm back on the grind. I've been back on, not been back on, but I have been back on the grind. So, and then also, what was you about to say, ignorant?
None. I'm just trying to.
What?
Because it says you got it. I wasn't being shady. I'm just trying to say, like, what can I say? Like, I prayed for it. I get what you were saying. Because I'm saying I prayed for it and I got it. I didn't pray for what you didn't pray for weight. You prayed for weight loss.
Weight loss. Yeah, that's
and
right.
You got it before. So you're like, I can do it again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just had to put the work in. Okay, that's where I was coming from. I wasn't really trying, because I was like, wait, no, you got the weight. Like, no.
Weight loss. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So, I forgot a word.
Yes, you did. And that's what kind of off. So I was like,
I figured you would have thought that's where I was going to take it literal like that. That's interesting. But okay.
I'm a literal person. We both know this.
Yes.
So
something that don't get lazy on you. What's something you pray for, like you've been working at it and maybe you kind of fell off from it? You don't have anything?
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
I'm still waiting.
What have you prayed for that you haven't been working at? That you've kind of fell off from it and you've gotten lazy on it?
I mean, it would be the same thing. Exercising.
Exercising, your bathroom kits that you wanted to start? Digging into that?
You know what? I prayed about. I have to figure out what it is that I want to like hone in on one thing, because I get not a lot of ideas, but I get ideas and then I like sit on them. You know what I mean? Like I get them and I'm like, oh, like I'm passionate for a day about it, and then the next day you talk to me, I'm gonna say, I said what now? So what I'm pray for is consistency and not to be lazy in that, right? So to become more consistent, because you can become so less daisical. Like even with praying for a home, now I'm like, I don't want this house. But you prayed for it, you got it. You
How many
gotta.
more times have you thanked God for the house than you told him you don't want
Oh
it?
yeah, no, I thank him all the time. I thank him when I go up and down the steps. I thank him because remember, I was just sitting here today, like there I do have a lot of memories in this home, and there is a lot of things that I want to do. I still want to do inside of the home, and I want to carry out. And that's the thing that I have to get on, right. I have to come up with a strategic plan because I'm saying like, yeah, I'm trying to be out by the end of the year, trying to be on to the next thing. And I'm like, okay, but what are you doing about that now? What are you doing now, right? We're halfway through the year. It's June now. What things are you preparing? I just said to myself, I have to get into these closets and start emptying this stuff out, get into my drawers, emptying stuff out because I don't need it. Because if I'm going to prepare to go to the next place, I have to begin to empty out so that I have somewhere, so I have a space to fill up. But if you don't prepare and wait till last minute, which often is done, then you find yourself frazzled and looking around and trying but you can be so persistent about something and so determined about something. Like you have to get to work now in order to see results. And the same thing with the weight. I'm like, no, I'll lose it. There are some other factors that are going on here, that I'm being made aware of. But for the most part, I have to still continue to do my part.
Right.
I'm like, these things is coming up. I'm like, what in the world? But if I continue to do my part, which is to go to my appointments, but then get knowledge on how do I go about maneuvering life. Like I don't need to have sugar 24. Sugar is the worst thing that anybody can have.
Amen.
It's the hardest thing, No, we might not be on drugs, but some of us is addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
A lot of us addicted to sugar, and we have to break that habit. And I did good for like a good 5 days. I ain't have sugar. I was like, oh, I'm doing good, and I really don't. I really don't have like really bad cravings. I will say that, but I want to stick to that, right? So I was like, I have a goal that I have to set that I've set, and I'm going to stick to it. And so I would say that would be my thing. That would be my things that I'm working on, and not being lazy. And what things are y'all working on? What things
Oh,
are you got?
don't get lazy on you. What have you gotten lazy on?
Don't get lazy
You
on you.
let slip to the side.
Hello.
You need to pick back up and push that thing forward.
Absolutely. Yep.
Also, we normally have a question segment at the beginning, but on our last video, we didn't have any questions. So we wanted to just remind our audience, if you have any questions at all that you would like to ask us, drop them in the comments after you watch this video. Let us know what questions you have, and we will happily answer them on the next video.
Yes, 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 yes. We didn't have any questions this time, but my
Right?
question to you is, what are you being lazy about? What are you doing to get to work? That wraps up our show. We want to say thank you for joining us once again, taking time to sit down, watch us, listen to us, kiki with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Just a reminder that you go ahead and subscribe, hopefully you will go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification, get the notification when we upload a video. Until next time, y'all be blessed. See ya!
Yeah.